Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So it's actually Tuesday. I know I normally would start this on a Sunday after my run, but I didn't go on my run, and also I would normally do a run on a Tuesday, but I didn't go. So Sunday I didn't go because I was just recovering from getting over whatever it was that I had. I don't know if it was like a flu or just a really bad cold, I don't know. So yeah, so I didn't go running on Sunday because I was just recovering from that, and today I didn't go because one, we had a late night last night and I was just not feeling it at all. That was more just lack of motivation though, so I'm totally putting my hands up and being like, yeah, I just felt lazy this morning and didn't want to go, and it's also really cold and foggy out, and yeah, the idea of running in that just didn't appeal to me. So I'm determined to go on Thursday, because obviously that means I haven't been for pretty much a whole week. So, but I mean, I'm still like being good food wise. I'm not really eating anything that I shouldn't, apart from biscuits, but not like anything like crazy, just like a few biscuits of an evening with a cup of tea. But that's what I'm doing at the moment anyway. I'm not like I said, I'm not exactly fully in that zone where I'm just like gonna like not starve myself, but you know, like deprive myself of the things that I enjoy, because when I tend to do that, that's when I tend to fall off the wagon a bit more. So it's more about, I guess, limiting how much of it I have, which is what I've been doing. So so yeah, that's currently where things stand. The aches from pole are just coming down. Like I can actually move my arms without feeling stiff or any like stiffness or any strain or anything. I'm still, as you would, I'll show you now, if I remember. I did a clip of the stretches that I do for my wrist that seem to be really helping. So like the last two lessons that I've done of pole have really proved to me that they have been helping. So I'm definitely going to be keeping those up as much as possible, and try and do them every day as long as I can remember to do them. That's that. I can't honestly think of anything else other than the fact that I've had a few nights where I've been waking up like really bad back pain in my, like the small of my back, and yeah, I'm like having to toss and turn all the time, and I've had a few like issues up with my stomach as well. It used to be like before I was pregnant that I used to actually sleep on my stomach. I hated sleeping on my side. Since being pregnant and then giving birth, I've not been able to sleep on my front since. So sleeping on my side, I think, has not helped my posture at all, because my shoulders are kind of inward anyway. And yeah, I think me sleeping on my shoulders or like on my sides doesn't help that. I think it kind of encourages my shoulders to sort of slouch even more. So another reason why I just really want to try and have the surgery done, the diastasis recti surgery. So and my husband looked it up the other day because I think someone was asking me on a stream about it. Like I said, I'm wanting to speak to my doctor about getting the operation on the NHS, but I'm not very hopeful about being able to get it on the NHS because, like I said, they tend to see it as more an aesthetic, a cosmetic thing, because they see it as just a pure tummy tuck, which is obviously what a lot of people have purely for cosmetic slash aesthetic reasons, rather than because it actually has a function. But this is like the diastasis recti is the one thing that it actually has a function. It actually helps you to have a better quality of life. So for me, like I said, I wasn't hopeful of our doctors actually believing me that I'd actually need it. But then my husband said apparently that the chances of being accepted to have diastasis recti surgery tends to be more likely like the further south you go in the UK. That's the problem with the NHS, it's very much a postcode lottery. So because I thought it would be, because obviously we're more densely populated in the south, it tends to be that you hear of constant struggles of people getting appointments and different things like that. But then we know people up north that literally they can just pick up the phone and they have a choice of where they can go, sort of thing. So I know that's not the case everywhere, like north south divide sort of thing. Like we've never had any problems, but then we don't have to constantly be using the doctors or going to appointments and things. So it's always been that whenever we've needed to go, we've always been able to get an appointment. Never not been able to get an appointment that day, but we might be able to get an appointment like the day after or something. So yeah, it's never really been much of an issue for us. And yet, yeah, I know people that have been waiting weeks to get an appointment and stuff. It really just depends. It's so, like I said, it's a real postcode lottery here. So yeah, again, I think it just depends on this area specifically, not just me being in the south. I think it really does depend. I also would need to know what I would need to do in terms of, if my doctor says no, where else I can go and to see to find a doctor that will actually say yes, that I can actually get it. So that's the next step, but it's also when I'm going to do it, and that's why I want to try and lose as much weight as possible. I'm currently like juggling with the idea of, do I start the ball rolling now and speak to a doctor now, or do I wait until I've lost the weight? And it's like, if I'm like, my initial idea was to wait until I lost the weight, but then if I do that, is that me just putting off getting the ball rolling, or should I really wait? Because then the doctor most likely will turn around and say, well, you need to lose the weight in order to be able to have a tummy tuck, sort of thing. I just don't know. So I don't know if it's worth me just asking, because I'm pretty sure I asked on a Facebook page about it before, and they were just like, well, you need to lose a lot of weight first before you can have the surgery. So maybe that's what I need to do. I don't know. I just these are just like my ramblings while my my husband drops off our son at nursery. But yeah, so that's my current sort of predicament at the moment, in terms of, do I bite the bullet and ask now, or do I wait until I've lost at least a little bit of weight? Because I'm quite heavy. Like, normally I think I can get down to around 170 pounds. That, I think that was like the best I got to last year. So the fact I'm at like 183, so I need to lose at least a stone. I think if I do that, if I have a goal of losing a stone and then trying it, it's just like, because I would say that I aim to have the surgery in the summer, but then if I have the surgery in the summer, like, that literally is me thinking like, I'm going to ring them in May and they're going to have an appointment for me to have the surgery in July. So yeah, because also I want to be able to get, because we're going to see my parents who live in Greece for a month, and inevitably I put on weight when I go there. So yeah, it's difficult. Like I said, I'm just randomly just putting my chaotic brain patterns onto record. But yeah, anyway, that's currently where it stands, what I'm thinking. So I think maybe, yeah, if I just aim to get down to 170 pounds, then book an appointment to see the doctor and see where we go from there. I think that's my best option. But anyway, I need to go jump in the shower because I've got a busy day of editing ahead of me. So I will speak to you later. Maybe when I do the exercises today. I don't know. We'll see. I keep promising it. But anyway, yes, speak to you later. So Friday, we took a trip to Hampton Court Palace, and we were good and took our lunches with us. But then we decided to go to Pizza Express. But I had a Caesar salad, so I was actually quite good compared to the rest of my family. Hi guys, so back in the office and back like having to put my light on because it's just so dark and dingy outside. So you would have seen from the results that yeah, I've gained £1 this week. I'm not really surprised because I haven't run at all this week. I didn't run, did I run Sunday? I can't even remember. No, I didn't because I was ill. And I didn't run Tuesday and Thursday because I just didn't feel up to it. I've also been atrocious at tracking my water this week. And yeah, when I weighed myself this morning, like I had severe lack of sleep because I stayed up and watched Last of Us last night. So yeah, severe lack of sleep, severe lack of water. I felt very dehydrated when I woke up this morning, and yeah, I hadn't been to the loo. So so there's like numerous factors as to why I feel like that's what the scales say. But it's one of those things I keep like saying to myself. Like, I was frustrated initially when I did weigh myself because of like the fact that I feel like I'm not really getting anywhere. But then I've not exactly been sort of vigilant in terms of keeping to my goals or anything, or like to like I said, keeping on top of my water, running, and like different things like that. So I'm just sort of putting it down to just a bad week. However, I do feel like I am losing weight in terms of, I feel like my body's changing in terms of, because I'm back at pole, and because I've leveled up in terms of where I am in pole, so I'm not in the beginner group anymore, I'm in intermediate, so I'm putting my body under more, not more strain, but I'm trying a bit more sort of strenuous stuff, I guess, because obviously doing like inverts all class rather than just like spins and climbs and stuff. Obviously you're using different muscles and different things like that. I think you're using more muscles, I guess. So it's more demanding on your body than the beginners class. So I think because of that, and also because where I've obviously not changed my diet, but in terms of my diet is better than it has been over the last sort of like month or so, like from Christmas. So I feel like that's helping. So I feel like my stomach's going down in how it can go down in terms of I'm not as bloated. Still at 6 months pregnant, but I'm not as bloated. And I feel like my legs and my arms are becoming more like they're slimming down sort of thing. And I feel like I'm losing my double chin. My face is losing the fat, and like I feel like definitely the place I always feel it is like here, like my collarbone, like my shoulders, my back. Like I feel like I'm getting like the back muscles back. The only problem with my shoulders is that my shoulders sit forward too much. I need to be able to find something. I feel like I need like some sort of like bar or something that I can just strap to my back to encourage my shoulders to just sit back, because I always feel like I'm hunched like this, so my shoulders need to sort of be stretched a bit. If anyone knows of anything that I can use to just like strap to my back to like broaden my shoulders, then please let me know. But yeah, so it's just one of those frustrating things though in terms of the weight, because like I said, I've now set my goal of being 170 pounds before I even go to the doctor to request the surgery. But the fact that's 14 pounds away, and I just feel like I'm not really getting anywhere. But again, it's been 3 weeks since I started this, and I'm not exactly taking it seriously right now in terms of, like I said, I'm not keeping track of my water as much as I should be. I'm still sort of like, I've not really changed my dinners, even though obviously my lunches and my breakfasts are good. I've still not really thought of what to do for my dinners. It's just a lot to sort of think about when I've got like so many other things to think about, like going on, like trying to think of what different dinner to do, because obviously it's not just like, because I have to do 2 different dinners, one for me, sometimes even 3, because it's what for me, for Bubs, and for my husband. So yeah, it's trying to think of what, like trying to plan what I can do to actually change it. I am considering taking out, so I'll still cook my husband and Bubs chili, but like Bubs can, what I might do is actually try him on the vegan chili and see if he likes it. And if he does, then I might just make them the vegan chili, and with the beef mince I can make myself the vegetable keema thing. It's basically like meat, potatoes and peas and spices, but it's like the ultimate comfort food for me. It's really easy to make and it would last me quite a while, so it would sort of do me for a couple of dinners. The only problem is because it's red meat, I'm always a bit just reluctant to rely so much on red meat, because obviously it's not meant to be good for you. So I'd rather it be turkey, but then when I tried this recipe with turkey meat, it's just so dry and just not nice at all. I really, really struggled with it. So I'd rather keep it to what it is, which is the red meat. But again, like I said, it's then having all that red meat to myself every week. So that's what I mean. This is what I'm struggling with. I'm struggling to try and think of something simple that I can make myself that keeps more within my macros, because obviously that's what I'm sticking to, the macros. So yeah, it's just difficult trying to find things that I can cook for myself that's not just going to be a pain in the arse having to cook 2 different dinners. At least at the moment, it's like it's 2 different dinners, but it's 2 different dinners of the same things. It's just that I have to make the vegan version as well. So yeah, it's just really, really frustrating at the moment. But anyway, my pole class on Thursday was really good. I'll post the the few videos that I did get, because that's what I think I'm gonna start doing, is trying to make sure I at least get 1 video, even if it's unsuccessful, like a move. As long as I get 1 video of me trying something in the class, so then I can give like sort of, it's a pole update for you guys then, so you can see what the sort of things we actually do in the class, and also like what my my ability is, or I should say lack of ability is. So basically, like, I definitely feel a difference in how I get up the pole this week, in terms of, I remember noticing it before as well, when I left pole for quite a while, and then I came back to it. I can't remember what the reason was, but yeah, there was a reason that I stopped pole. This is like way back when, like 10 years ago. I stopped pole for like a good few weeks, I think, and then came back to it. And obviously I had to build up my strength again, but I found it really noticeable. And it definitely is with an invert, because I don't know if you remember from the last, like my first intermediate class that I went to, I really struggled with the inverts, and I kept catching my leg on my nail and like crushing my hand with my leg, and I just wasn't getting up the pole as high as I should be. But I noticed this lesson that when I did get my legs up the pole, they weren't crushing my hand as much as they were the lesson before. So I know I'm getting myself up higher. I'm able to kick up higher to get higher up the pole, so I'm not sliding down as much. My thing at the moment though is just my grip, my hand grip just isn't as good as it should be in order for me to be able to do the moves I want to do, because obviously I'm fine getting up the pole, like my legs are strong enough to keep me up. It's my hands, it's always been my upper body that I struggle with in terms of holding my weight. I was hoping that the stretches, like the forearm stretches I've been doing all week, would also come in handy, but this week I did actually feel a lot of pain in my arms again. But I don't know if it's because I was very tired this week, so I don't know if it was just I wasn't able to hold as much weight with my upper hand as I could before. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, back to like doing the butterfly, when I'm upside down, and when my legs are holding on, it's fine, but as soon as I let go and I'm concentrating on holding the pole with just the one hand, my one hand just can't hold me up. So I was just sliding down the pole before I could even get into the position. I did do the move literally at the beginning of the class, obviously where I had the most energy. So that's another thing, that hopefully my energy levels will get better, will improve with each lesson. But yeah, I just found that my hand grip, like I could feel it, like I felt confident enough to be able to let go with like my other hand, so then I could reach down. But as soon as I reached down, and then as soon as my legs started to let go, I just felt like all the weight that was on my hand, I could just feel my hand just sliding down, and I just couldn't get into the position. So, but like I said, I know I did it at the beginning of the class, but I think that was because I had the energy. But I also, like, I literally did it for like a split second at the beginning of the class before I slid back down. So it's definitely a thing that needs improving. So it's just something I'm going to have to concentrate on. But like, I love like the classes because everyone is super supportive, and everyone gets on. Like, my teacher's really supportive. Like, she understands sort of the journey I'm on as well. Like, she knows, obviously, I did pole 10 years before, and it's just me. Like she said to me before, like, you know what you're doing. You just have to like get that strength back in order to be able to do it. So that's where I'm at. I'm definitely getting some twinges in my lower back. I don't know if I've pulled a muscle in my lower back, or if it's just the extra strain that's coming with doing these new classes. I don't know. But yeah, so that's the thing. But yes, I'm going on a run tomorrow because my running partner got in touch to say that she wants to go on a run, because we haven't the last few weeks. So that'll be a good catch up for us, and also me getting back into running, because I definitely want to get back into it this week. So hopefully, yeah, Tuesday and Thursday I'll go back out running again. I think it's just because I felt really rough last week, so I need to get back into the swing of it. And also, yeah, I want to try and just concentrate on getting back into the habit of drinking more water. I have that bottle now, so it's just a matter of me keeping tabs on how much I need to drink and when. I did do it a few days, like I did do a few days where I did actually sort of keep on top of where I was, but it wasn't consistent. Like there was days where I just went without drinking any water at all, like yesterday, because we were at Hampton Court all day. I barely drank any water. It's literally when I came home that I drank a load of water. But even then it was like a bottle. It wasn't, because obviously I'm meant to have 2 lots of that bottle and I only had 1. So again, like I said this morning, I think the fact I felt really dehydrated this morning probably didn't help with my weight. So we'll just see. We'll just see if running and trying to be more consistent with my water will help me next week. I hope so, because yeah, I'm getting a bit frustrated with it. And I also need to try and come up with more protein rich ideas of what I can do for my dinners. So if you have any ideas, please let me know. Because yeah, I'm a bit stuck for ideas. But anyway, I'm going to leave that video here. I'm sorry if it is a really short video, like I said, because I didn't do any running this week. I've not really had the chance to really sort of keep up and like keep you guys up to date. So hopefully this will suffice. And like I said, I'm going to try running more this week and also getting some pole videos at my classes. So I'm hoping in the summer I'm actually able to get the pole up in the garden and get but like actually videos that are purely pole progress rather than just little snippets from classes. But we'll see anyway. So I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, then please leave a like because it really helps me out. You can also subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already. You can follow me on social media, all the links will be down below. If you'd like to be able to watch, I do a sort of life vlog as well, not just like a fitness vlog. I also sort of do a catch up with my subscribers. So if you'd like to subscribe either with Twitch, with Ko-fi or with Patreon, again, all the links will be down below and to how you would do that. It would also really help me out if you did, but obviously don't have to. It's not not compulsory. It's just if you would like to keep up with the life vlogs, that is how you would do it. Like I said, all the information for that is down below in the links. So I'll just say now on that note, love you guys, and I shall see you on the next video. Bye.